Hey, my name is Davis Dudalis and this is How to Do a BMX Nose Manual. I have the world record for the longest nose manual, so today I'm here to help you to improve your nose manuals. And it doesn't matter if you're just learning them now or you do them well, these tips will definitely help you to do them twice as long in just a week or so. Okay, the first thing you need to do, find an empty parking lot, and it's better to have the parking spaces so you can measure the distance and it always motivates you to push it more and more. And easy on the speed. I suggest you taking some medium speed. Don't go too slow, otherwise it's so hard to get into it and hold the balance. And don't go too fast because you won't even feel the balance point. You're just going really fast and thinking that you're doing it, but you're not catching the balance point at all. So the first tip is just try to do them straight. Sometimes I see people when they try to put their back wheel on the side and just like steeze it out, but you just try to do them really straight. And there are two ways of doing them. One way is if you do them like in a street style, when you need to jump on some ledge, then usually you just straighten out your legs more and you push your upper body over the bars more. It's okay if you need to jump on ledges because it's easier to jump on big heights like this and to hold your balance. But if you try to do them for distance, that's a pretty bad way to do them because you're moving your knees up too much and probably you're gonna just put your back wheel down most of the time. And the second way to do them is like I would say a flatland style of doing them. It's when you really tuck your knees and you get the nose manual really up there, like the back wheel is so high, but that brings your balance point really well. So it's maybe harder to jump on some ledges like this, but if you hold it well, then you can go a really long distance like this. Some people like to start the nose manual with a little hop. That's okay if you need that little hop to push more with your arms. But I usually start with just picking up the rear wheel and just going for it. And the most important thing that people mess up in nose manuals is that they don't push enough with their arms. It's all in the arms, baby. So when I do them, I usually try to concentrate on the palms like this and keep pushing forward all the time. Like I don't let go of the back. I keep on. The longer I go, the harder I keep pushing on them. And you have to really keep your all upper body over the bars. And try to. My advice is just try to find some point in front of you, or look at the tire. I usually look at the tire. And just keep your eyes like on the tire between the crossbar somewhere on the ground so you can really feel your balance point. If you're looking forward, that's okay. If you're just jumping on ledges, you need to see the end of the ledge to do some nollie bars out, that's okay. But if you're trying to go them in the distance, it's way easier to look down than to look forward because you have a point of reference where you can see the tire, how much do you need to lean in. So the first big mistake is not leaning too much forward and not pushing with your arms. Just try to do it more. When you get to the point that you're just like tipping over already, some people say that they're really scared of jumping over, but as long as you do them really straight, and when you feel that you're falling forward, just slam the bars in the ground, like really push it to the ground, just and jump over it just with your legs wide. Otherwise, you can get caught in the bars, and that's gonna be a nasty slam. So yeah, just try a few times to jump over the bars until you feel safe and you don't worry about falling anymore. Second big mistake that people do is putting too much pressure on the pedals, and that's why they usually put the back wheel back down and they never reach the balance point because they're pushing with their feet too much on the pedals. And when you get your upper body forward, you push more on the bars, and then you will feel the moment when you don't even put any pressure on the pedals. The pedals should be so light there should be no pressure at all, that you could almost like keep on pedaling backwards when you do the nose manual. It should be that easy. And the third really serious mistake that people do, especially street riders, that they get their knees close to the bars. They try to compensate that they're falling backwards, and they put their knees in front and they're almost hitting the bars. Well, it's like the first thing that it looks ugly. The nose manuals are pretty ugly like this. But the second thing, it really messes up your balance, because when you put your knees in front of you, then it's like it's such a hard point to return back to your normal balance point. I always try to put my knees tucked really high, and I try to put my heels on my ass, so that's way I can keep my balance point. If you mess up a bit, it's okay to move your knees a bit forward, but as fast as you can do it, just try to get back to that normal balance point, and don't try to do nose manuals like with your shoulders back and your knees forward. That's gonna look ugly as hell. If you push with the palms, and you really have to push all yourself forward, push on the bars real strong, and try to lock your elbows a bit. I would say that your elbows are pretty locked in there. Your upper body stays at the same position. Your legs can move, your knees can move a bit, but your upper body stays fixed. So if you get the balance point there, just try to lock your elbows in there and just keep on pushing a bit more and more every time. Remember the three most important things. As I told you, you have to put a lot of force on your front wheel. You have to put your upper body over the bars. Second thing is, don't put any pressure on the pedals. No pressure on the pedals. The more you're gonna push with your palms, the less pressure there's gonna be on the pedals. And the third thing is, don't put your knees to the bars. Always try to keep them tucked in, and the back wheel is gonna be up high, and so you're not going to move knees all the time. Probably for the first 1,000 times, you're not going to pick that back wheel up enough. And for the next 1,000 times, you're gonna tip over and fall forward. So don't be afraid to slam that bar down and jump over it. So after 2,000 tries, you're probably gonna get to that sweet spot, the balance point, where you feel like you're almost falling, but you aren't. So that's gonna be the best nose manual thing. So just keep on doing it, practice every day, and have fun.